Hi everybody, welcome back. A second video. What? Yes. So this one here again is a story time. I changed my little hair wrap into the white one. It feeds into the background so you can't see all the imperfections, but I like it. But anyway, this video also is a story time. And this one is a quick one, a cute one, an interesting one. And this one's the first time I met a celebrity. Which celebrity are you talking about? Paul Wall. Let's get into this video. If you want to hear when I met Paul Wall, how I met Paul Wall, the situation, comment below. And like, comment, sharing, subscribe. And most of all, subscribe. But also like this video, help my algorithm and letting people know that I exist. Share my video. I'm putting out the content. Share it. That's your job. I'm giving it to you. Share it to your social media so people can see me and come and follow me on my social media over here on Regina's World. Okay? So if you're interested in how I met Paul Wall, come on. Listen to my video. Let's go. Okay. I do not remember what year this was. Don't remember it at all. I couldn't even really tell you what year this was. I know this was when he was really, really popping, though. That's what I do know. And, I used to go to the club religiously when I first moved out here. Like, when I say religiously, I mean religiously. I came to the club all the time. So, this was no different. Yeah, I had to turn it down a little bit. This was no different. So I think I was at the Mirage when it was the Mirage. I don't even know if we still have that casino out here, but it was at the Mirage, and it was a big party. I believe actually it was a Jamie Foxx party. It was either Jamie Foxx party or what party was that? Because I think I may have been getting them too confused. Because I know it was a Mayweather fight. It was something happened. And I know Jamie Foxx was there. Mayweather was there because he was throwing a whole bunch of money. Paul Wall was there. Nelly was there. So something was going on. Either a fight or it was Jamie Foxx after party. It was one of them. And I used to go to everything. When I say I used to go to every party that had a celebrity attached to it, I went to every party. But especially if Jamie Foxx was at the party, because that's when his album came out. Blame it on the blues, got you feeling loose. Blame it on control, got you feeling song. Blame it on the alcohol. Yeah, this. But Jamie Foxx is one of my ultimate, celebrities who I love and I'm a fan of for if I ever met Jamie Foxx. I went to two of his parties, two of his concerts, the same damn concert for the same fucking album, but I still did not get to meet Jamie Foxx at the party. So that's why I was going to see Jamie Foxx, right? Oh, God, I'm digressing. Oh, wait, hold on. Memory. Y'all don't know how much I love Jamie Foxx. Oh, my God. But, okay, anyway. So I was at this party and this one in specific, I went by myself. Like at the beginning, I used to go to the parties all myself because I didn't know a lot of people in Vegas at the time. Now my life is a whole lot different. I ain't going nowhere by my damn self. I know too many damn people. But back then I didn't know too many people. And my sisters didn't hang in the same circles like that. We just was, we did the same thing, but it was different. She did it on a whole nother level than me, so if I'm going to the party, my sister is, hosting it or something like that. She's in that industry. She was a stripper, so, it was a little different for her than it was for me. We could be at the same party, but in a different location. She could be back there with Mayweather and I'm in the club, you know what I mean? So, it's just a different level of hanging around or whatever you want to call it. But, so I see Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx have that eagle thing on the back. I wonder, do he still have that tattoo on the back of his head? But he had that eagle on the back of his head. And I knew instantly that was my man, right? So I'm looking at him. I can't get near him to save my fucking life. We're in this packed, whatchamacallit, where he is. I see him. He see me, see him, see me, see him, right? But I can't get to him. Because the only people he allowed in his VIP area were white women. And that burned me up. But that's Jamie Foxx, right? Like, that's no secret that he like white women. Like, that literally, that was the only people that he let in his VIP area. They're like, so, but I'm close enough that he sees me, I'm looking at him. He looking at me. But, there's no invitation. The only people that kept walking into his VIP was white women. Okay. So I end up just saying, fuck it, partying or whatever. Mayweather's like across the room. He's like really close. But he's in the crowd throwing money. Diddy's up there with him throwing money. Paul Wall is mixing around. It was a lot going on. Everybody's having a good time. But this is when it gets lonely, when you are not with anybody. So when you're not with anybody, if you're not like a social butterfly, and who can and back then I really wasn't a social butterfly. I just like to be in the mix. So if I met somebody in the line, then great, who was there by themselves as well, who came in town to come party, and that worked sometimes. I used to find somebody who wasn't with anybody. Other times I didn't. I just went into the club. But then that worked against me sometimes, because if I didn't meet anybody who I wanted to who was trying to get at me or buy me a drink or something like that, then I'm looking crazy in the club alone. So I'm having a good time and I'm partying, I'm drinking, I'm whatever. And then maybe midnight. I think it was midnight, because I think I got into the club maybe because I always used to get into the club earlier, so I won't have to pay. Free admission before whatever, before 11 or before 10, just to get in the club early. And then when everybody shows up, have a party. I probably was later than 12, because the celebrities don't start coming in there until 12. I'm like, so, the party changes, especially out here in Vegas. The host, that burns that pisses me off though, because you're in the club for hours. And then depending on who the host is, sometimes the host, like Diddy or somebody, Mayweather, they stay in the club all night long. Like, they're not leaving the club. They're partying. Nowadays, when the hosts come into the club, this is a sidebar. When the hosts come into the club, they stay for about an hour. They come late. They come 11 or 12, maybe even 1. They perform a couple of songs, and then they bounce. And you don't see them anymore. Like, what the is that? Like, we pay all this money to come in here to come see you. You in here for this long, and then you're gone. Like, that annoys the shit out of me. So that's the worst thing about hosting. Back then, you had to actually stay in the club with the people. Give the people what they want. We come to see you. Stay your ass in the club. Now they don't do that shit. They're not required to. They come in, get them a couple hours, get them to $1,000 to give them 2 hours, and then they're out. This sucks. But anyway, so time went on. I'm tipsy, I'm whatever. But now I'm kind of bored, because I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't have anybody to, I don't have anybody to, no real reason to stay in the club, because I'm not getting hit on or anything. I'm like, so I leave in the club. Guess who's outside, standing outside of the club? Paul Wall is literally standing outside of the club by himself. No security, no nothing. So I walk past him first. And then my brain said, that's Paul Wall. He's standing by himself. So I'm walking away, and then I just stopped. And then I said, go talk to Paul Wall. So I said, okay. So I walked over to Paul Wall. I said, hi, how you doing? I'm Regina. And he said, hi, Regina. His southern accent. He's like, how you doing, Regina? What's up? And I was like, nothing. I just was leaving the club, and I just decided to just say hi to you, because you're sitting outside alone. And he was like, oh, okay. He said, so where you going? So we literally started talking outside of the club like two weirdos. Like, instead of being inside of the club, because I didn't go back into the club. And he had to go back into the club, but I didn't go back into the club. I wish I would have, because who knew what would have happened if I would have just went back into the club and stayed with Paul Wall for the rest of the night. Because he wasn't with anybody. He wasn't with a female or anything. So that was on me. Young and stupid, okay? so that was my first like real encounter with the celebrity, and I didn't know really how to do it. I was just like, okay. So after I'm just standing there talking to him, we were talking about whatever, how long I've been in Vegas. Was I a local? What was I doing? Whatever, just a little small talk. It was the weirdest small talk ever. Like, but I sat there and talked to him for a good, 30, 45 minutes, and I didn't really know like how to end the conversation. Like, okay, Paul Wall, like, what do you want to do now? Like it was so corny. And then he was like, well, he kind of ended it because he's like, well, I'm gonna go back into the party now. And like, are you coming back in there? And I was like, no. See, he did ask me that. He did ask me, was I coming back in there? Because he wanted to buy me a drink. My stupid self says, no, I wasn't. I'm actually done with the club. I'm gonna leave. I guess my stupid self was hoping Paul Wall was gonna say, well, you know what, let me come with you or something like that. My stupid self let him go back into the party alone. My stupid self should have went back into the party and got my drink and started hanging out with Paul Wall and Diddy and Mayweather. My stupid self didn't play my cards right, asshole. God, that was one mistake. But he was so nice. I gotta say, he was so nice. He wasn't rude about it. He wasn't anything. He just kind of went along with it. Like, he wasn't talking to anybody. He was just standing out there by himself, groove and all. Like, he had the hottest record on the radio with him and Nelly. He had the hottest record on the radio. Grills and wasn't that the song? With Nelly, the grill song, the hottest record on the radio at that time. He's outside of the club by himself with no security, and no one literally bothered him either. I'm like, but he was so sweet and so nice. So shout out to Paul Wall. If you remember this, you probably won't, because I don't even remember what year it was. But if you happen to remember this face, because you did talk to her. but shout out to him. He was such a Southern gentleman and so sweet, and I will never forget that encounter. I wish I had more. Like, I've gone to so many parties. I've been in the presence of a lot of celebrities being out here in Vegas, because I went to a lot of celebrity parties, but I never actually met any of them. I was just there. And then when the party's over, I'm done with, I'm done. Like, okay, I've seen Nelly, and I've seen Carrot Top, and I've seen Kelly Rowland, and now Beyonce, I never met her, but that was I fanned out for Beyonce. There's a few people that I will fan out for if I actually see them in real life. And like Jamie Foxx is one. Like, I'm a groupie fan. Chris Brown's another. I've never seen Chris Brown in person. It's probably the best that I haven't, because I'm telling you, save him, because there is no way that I'm not going to get Chris Brown's attention. Like, I'm going to get his attention. I'm a groupie fan. Like, I'm a groupie. Like, so I think he's the finest man walking this planet. Like, I just love him. That's King Taurus to me. How you doing, Chris? But yes, so, who I say? Chris Brown, Jamie Foxx, maybe T.I. It used to be with all this scandal going on, but I still have a thing for T.I. Like, even though with his scandal, T.I.'s another one. I think he's just so manly to be like this high. I just think he's just so manly. Like, that's an alpha male to his core, and I love it. I love that he's an alpha male. Like, but it's a few, and maybe even throw in a little Snoop Dogg. I might probably won't fan out for Snoop, because I've seen Snoop before. I've been to one of his shows. like right at the Hard Rock. He had a pool party, and I was there. So I wouldn't say I'm fan out for him. I just love Snoop Dogg, like so. But Oprah is another one. I would totally fan out if I saw Oprah. Like, oh my God, probably Wendy Williams too, because I'm like a groupie fan for Wendy Williams. Like, there's a few people who I would totally fan out for, like cry and scream and holler if they walk past me, like die, like so. But yeah, but that is my little quick little cute little story time for this week. Like the last week, who did I see last week? On Memorial Day, I saw Tank. Shout out to Tank. Shout out to Tank. I was on his Instagram this morning, and sorry, I'm just rambling right now because I'm thinking about all the celebrities I've met in my lifetime or seen in my lifetime. But I was on his Instagram today, and I actually forgot about his hearing problem and his vertigo and his loss of hearing. That is just really, really fucked up and sad that this is happening to Tank. Like, he is such a talent and such a pillar in R&B music in the height of his career. Like, he losing the one thing he needs over his voice. He loses his hearing. This is finna take Tank out if he like lose his hearing. Like, maybe hopefully he can get hearing aids. If he can get hearing aids, he can still go on even with him losing his hearing. Cause hopefully they can figure out something for Tank. So if you like Tank, shout out to Tank. Send him some love on his Instagram, because I did this morning. Keep the man in your prayers, because this is just a really fucked up situation he's going through. And yes, he said something on his Instagram. Give that man his flowers, because he needed it, because he's a talent, and he ain't never gave up after all these years. Like, he's still putting out good quality music to this day. So shout out to Tank. But I'm gonna end this video here because it got long unnecessarily, because I just started rambling. But anywho, like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And shout out again to Paul Wall. Follow me on social media on Keyshawn Varice Robinson on Facebook, and Sleepless in LV on Instagram. And if you like this content, please like it. Please like it to share my algorithm so people can know I exist. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.